Hey, what's up guys? I'm finally back on YouTube making more videos. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I actually deleted a lot of my older videos because I was just tired with how I used to make videos and the content I was making. With that being said, the new channel is starting. I kept the videos I liked, but a lot of the other videos are gone forever to never be seen again. So I'm sorry if you liked like my braces videos or all those random vlogs, they're gone. So my new channel is gonna be photography related. It's gonna have some vlogs. It's gonna have way more travel in it, but it's not gonna be cringy. Or maybe it might be cringy. I don't know. Maybe my personality is cringy. I don't think they'll be cringy because I'll actually want to make what I'm making because I know what I want to do with YouTube. And if you're not interested in photography or filmmaking or what I'm about, just click away, never to be seen again, or check out my next video I post. It won't be a story time, I promise. If you're still here, thank you. I just want to warn you though, this video is going to be long. So get comfortable and enjoy. All right, so my photography career started when I was about 15 years old. I somehow stumbled upon those like photography 101 videos that have like everything you could possibly want to know about photography in like a 40-minute video.
The beginning of photography, it hasn't really changed all that much. You still have three primary things: your ISO, your shutter speed, and your aperture.
Like a crash course, basically. I watched the whole thing and I loved it. I loved everything about photography. I was like, I need a DSLR even though I can't afford one because I just want you guys to know I'm a 15-year-old, so I can't afford one. So I watched videos through the whole year, and when I turned 16, I finally got enough guts to tell my parents about this obsession with photography and how I needed a job to get the camera I wanted. So around my 16th birthday, my mom asked around and she found one of our friends who actually had an old camera, which is a Canon T4i/650D, which is this camera right here, and they gave it to me for free. I don't know why they did that, but I was very gracious as my first camera to have a free DSLR, which is like, this camera's like 400 bucks, but at the time it was like insane for a young 16-year-old, which is basically just like last year, so I don't know why I was so excited. You get the point. So I had this camera and I started out with photography. I finally got to use a shutter. I finally got to use ISO. I finally got to use the tools I learned in the videos a year ago, but actually apply them to photos and learn how to manual focus and everything with photography and videography. So I have the camera, but I can't afford a lens. So I got a job at a bagel shop. It was kind of sucky, but I did it for like half a year just to make enough money to afford a lens. I saved up like 500 bucks after taxes and I bought a lens. It was a 50mm 1.4, which I have somewhere around here, which is right here. This is my first lens, like official portrait lens I ever bought. It wasn't off-brand. It wasn't a Yongnuo. Sorry, Yongnuo, you make cheap lenses. It was a Canon 50mm 1.4 that was made out of metal or plastic. No, this is freaking plastic. Hard plastic, I want to say. So I got this lens and I started my photography career. I started promoting myself as a photographer in my bio, and a lot of people picked up on it. They learned that I was a photographer. They said, hey, you want to shoot? And I basically shot till I was tired and I would go home. I would take photos of all of my friends. I learned how to pose people. I learned everything. And I worked for free for about a few months to build a portfolio to where somebody would actually want to pay me real money to do a photo shoot. My first photo shoot was for this girl who was some volleyball player around the area. She wanted it for 50 bucks, and I was like, okay, I didn't even set a price because anybody who would pay me money to do something I already love, I would do it. And that's just how I started out because I had to learn, I had to build my portfolio. So I'm actually making money, and that photo shoot turned out pretty good. There were a few like creative shots, but a lot of the stuff were just like, I still didn't know how to pose and I was still really awkward with photography. But long story short, they turned out pretty good. And I did some more photo shoots through the year. One was like $100 and that was about it. I didn't do any more photo shoots besides like free ones or like really, really small ones where I didn't make a lot of money. Then the end of the year, this is where the video side comes into play. I just want you to know, my sister gets married. and she's like, hey, do you want to do my wedding? I just want you guys to know I had zero experience with videos at the time. I was doing a bunch of like random videos with like 24 frames. Nothing was slowed down. Everything was like manually focused because this camera had terrible autofocus. But I said yes. I said, yeah, I'll do a wedding. What's your budget? She said, well, what's your budget? And I was like, I don't know. I've never done a wedding. How does $800 sound? And she was like, okay. It was actually $900. I don't know why I said 800. She said, okay. So I bought a A6300. The body was 700 bucks, I think at the time, 600. I don't even remember. And I bought a 16 mil. What? No, I bought a Sigma 16 millimeter. And this camera is legit the camera I have right now. I've been using it for about a few years until I'm about to upgrade, but it worked perfect. Just the one problem is I didn't get a zoom lens. I got a prime and a wide prime for weddings. So all of the close-up shots, I had to use my 50 mil and I had to use this crappy autofocus, had no gimbal. I had to shoot everything upside down on a tripod to make like a makeshift 3-axis gimbal. And I shot the wedding. The wedding turned out pretty good. I didn't have any audio of the groom because my recorder with the DJ, like his audio didn't work. So I just had music and like some close-ups. It turned out pretty good though. Then, this is what I just want you guys to know. I got another wedding. In this wedding, I got it just from Instagram. Just from me working hard, sleepless nights, just learning, promoting my stuff. They said, hey, you do a lot of cool videos. Would you ever consider doing a wedding? I said, actually, I just did a wedding last month and I would love to do another wedding. So I had a bigger budget. My budget was like $1,000. It doesn't really matter what your budget is. I just want to be straight up with you guys. My budget was $1,000. It was a bigger budget, so I could buy lavalier systems. I could buy a gimbal. That was the main thing. I spent my whole budget basically on the DJI Ronin S. There are cheaper gimbals, but I was like, I gotta have the best, which makes no sense because the A6300 is so small. And everything worked perfect for his wedding. My audio was up to par because I had headphones on like every 2 seconds and I was monitoring the audio. And then my video was also up to par because I had like zoomed in like 20, I had a 20 millimeter, if that's even a thing. And then I was like zoomed in a 200 millimeter. So it was like tight shots and they looked beautiful. So the whole wedding turned out amazing. And this was like the first wedding that I actually felt like some appreciation. I actually loved what I was doing as a creator. And then I got a third wedding. And then I'm booking a fourth one and I just kept going. I don't really film behind the scenes of my weddings, but I just thought this would be a short video just to show you what I do. If you guys want a more in-depth video about like pricing, how to price, camera 101, like how to get 24 frames a second, how to double your shutter speed, just double. There's so much stuff I could teach, but I don't want to do it all in one video. So I'm going to stop there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep creating, and peace.